The heavyweight division will be back on Saturday, March 8th. And we're going to see the big men do their thing once again. But in a particular fight of specific interest, there will be a co-main feature between Zhang Zhang and Joseph Parker as they come together on the card that is being billed as Knockout Chaos. The undercard with these two heavy hitters. We're going to find out who's the better, bigger man on the night of March 8th. And I'm going to tell you something. It may not go the way most people think it will. But yet and still, we have to talk about it. So, let's talk about it. Oh, the heavyweights. Yeah. Listen, we're about to see something interesting, whether it goes one way or the other. But yet and still, it's worth tuning in. Joseph Parker and Zhang Zhang are going to come together on the undercard of Joshua versus Ngannou. And these two men are coming off of very good wins, each looking at the other as the next meal. And sometimes when the fights go like that, you can't help but to get interested. Yeah. And I'm telling you, it's something that is interesting in the division. So Zhang, who's coming in with his record of 26-1 with one draw, 21 KOs, he's vowing to make Parker rethink his life after this fight. Yeah, that's Trash Talk Supreme. And Parker, who's coming in with his record of 34-3 with 23 KOs, is coming off of a very good unanimous decision victory over Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, from December of 2023 on the Day of Reckoning card. But Zhang is telling us, according to an article in Boxing News 24, that making Parker question life is part of his ambition. As the article states, Zhang Zhang foresees a bad night for Joseph Parker on March 8th, with the former WBO heavyweight champion questioning himself, wondering what he's doing in the ring with him, being mentally shattered in their fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The WBO interim champ, Zhang, intends to reflect physical punishment on Parker to take the victory and put himself in a strong position to face the big names: Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Alexander Usyk. As I digress from the article for a moment, if he looks too good against Parker, those three names aren't going to be thinking about Zhang at all. Remember, the knockout over Joe Joyce, though people talked about eventually Joyce was going to run into someone that was going to really test the chin that he was so vaunted and daunted to have had. But they forget one key component about Zhang's victory over Joyce. The first fight ended with Zhang closing Joyce's eye. The second fight ended with Zhang putting Joyce to sleep. Last time I checked, that second victory was even more profound and outstanding than the first one. And when we saw Zhang do what he did to Joe Joyce, it spoke volumes about what he really is as a fighter. And that is a big man with a big punch, fast hands. Though he be 40 years old and a southpaw, he presents a different set of problems. This image on the screen presently is the knockout punch that did away with Joe Joyce, who was in the process of trying to throw a right uppercut, and Zhang's timing caught him right at the right moment, dropping him. Zhang can punch people. It's not fake, it's real, but it's not through weights and such conditioning. He's a big man and he's heavy-handed, but he has fast hands, which makes up for certain aspects. Now, there have been those who question his stamina, but I'll tell you something. Going 12 rounds with this man is not an easy task. Just ask Filip Hrgovic. Yeah. And Joe Joyce, who's been in there with him twice and doesn't mind a third go round because that's the kind of person he is. He could tell you that Zhang is for real. However, Parker, on the other hand, has to get something in his head. Think about it. He has been in the Tyson Fury camp, working with Tyson Fury over the past few years. Though Fury reigns at the top of the division as the undisputed and lineal heavyweight champ, Fury doesn't punch like Zhilei Zhang. And though he may carry weight, it's not the same significant weight of a Zhilei Zhang. Fury may not even have the hand speed of a Zhilei Zhang. And lastly, Fury has trouble fighting smaller guys. Doesn't have trouble fighting big guys, but he has trouble fighting little guys. A problem that Zhang doesn't have. And though his unanimous decision over Wilder, Parker should not be disenchanted here, because Wilder wasn't able to execute on the inside as he may have needed to do in their particular fight. But I'm sorry, Zhilei Zhang throws very good and accurate short shots. The Achilles of Joseph Parker, just as Andy Ruiz Jr. And ask Joe Joyce, whom Parker had a great deal of difficulty with, and is slower than Zhili Zhang. So this is going to be the type of fight where these two men will come together and give us the best of whatever it is they have to offer. But I'm willing to believe that at the end of the day, Zhili Zhang is going to remind Parker of the size and the Chinese power that has been daunted as of late. And I have to say also, it's something that people like to see power from the big guys when they get in there and mix it up. So as we approach this fight and we approach March 8th, I think it's going to be a very good heavyweight fight. But Zhang, since he has become a high-profile fighter, and his trainer have zeroed in on certain aspects of what he's going to bring on fight night, and I do believe Parker is going to be in trouble. It doesn't mean that I'm against Parker and want to see him lose. Joseph Parker is a good heavyweight. Zhili Zhang is a good heavyweight. But that adage about big man and smaller man, it should apply here. And how good is Parker going to be against the southpaw? Yeah, there are things to look at and consider, and at the end of the day, you're going to have to really look at things. Now, Parker's only 32, so if he's able to make Zhang feel his age, that would be a great start, and that would be by outworking Zhang. But is he up for that? I don't know. Let's talk about it. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know who you have with Big Bang and Joseph Parker coming up March 8th. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.